What's going on YouTube? Jeans here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we got ourselves double Paradox Pokemon. We got ourselves Raging Bolt. And more importantly, we got ourselves Gouging Fire for ranked Regulation I. Now, Gouging Fire between him and Raging Bolt is definitely more of the off-meta choice, which is why I want to showcase this Pokemon today. I feel like I don't use it too much, so every time I use it, it's a lot of fun for me. Now, Gouging Fire over here obviously has Photosynthesis as its ability, rocking the Clear Amulet as its item to deal with any Intimidate Pokemon, aka Incineroar. On top of that, Gouging Fire is going to be able to do some big-time damage with Flare Blitz, pair it up with Groudon in the Sun. Then we got Breaking Swipe for attack drops, Burning Bulwark, and Snarl to actually lower special attack. So, Gouging Fire doing a lot here, lowering attack stats, special attack stats, putting on some burns, dealing big-time damage. We love this Pokemon. Like I already mentioned, one of our restricted Pokemon going to be Groudon. The other one is going to be Lunala. Groudon with that Drought ability, Lunala with Trick Room, Wide Guard, and Meteor Beam. And then our final three Pokemon, Logan, Grimmsnarl, and Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is going to be a great special attacker, elite in this game. You guys already know that. Screen's Grimmsnarl really broken at the time, and then Hisuian Logan, pairing that up with Groudon in the Sunlight with Chlorophyll. This thing can outspeed, coach up, put Pokemon to sleep, or just use close combat for big time damage. Guys, you want to run the team for yourself? Another code is at the top right hand corner, and if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Without further ado, let's hop into match number 1, showcasing Gouging Fire in ranked Regulation I. First match for today's video, going up against Metagross. I haven't seen this Pokemon in a while, and I definitely need to get my hands on a Metagross team. I absolutely love this Pokemon. If you guys have a Metagross rental code, send it in the comments down below. I would love to use it for a video. But going up against Metagross with Zamazenta and Ice Rider Calyrex, Indeedee, Incineroar, and Amoonguss here. Now, Sunlight's actually looking pretty good here. I mean, they have no way of changing up weather, which is really, really nice. I could just go into Gouging Fire potentially with Groudon. I feel like that is just pristine. I mean, they could go into, obviously, what is that? Can't even think of that Pokemon. Incineroar and just Intimidate, but at that point, I mean, it's not too bad for us. I could maybe just go like Logan and Gouging Fire. Maybe start coaching up or Groudon Logan. Not bad either. It's got a ton of physical attackers. What's your Terra type here? You're straight fire. Do I go into both of you two? What's your Terra type? Ghost? No, I'm gonna go into both of these two. Bring Gouging Fire in the back end, and last but not least, gotta bring it up. Let's do it. Let's do it. I like this. There's a fat chance that they do lead Incineroar, which could be a little tough. It could be a little tough, but we'll deal with that if the time comes. Hopefully they just don't bring Incineroar. Hopefully they just go like Metagross, Zamazenta, Indeedee, and Calyrex. That'd be okay for me. Wouldn't be too shabby. We'll see. We'll see what they want to do. Metagross, Calyrex, Dagger. Not bad for us, especially with Groudon on the field. Looking at here as well, I could put a Pokemon to sleep if I want to, or I can just coach up and Blades out. That is a possibility. Which I'm really thinking of just going Fire Terror, coaching Blades. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. They could obviously go into a Trick Room here. That is a possibility, but let's see. They could also go into Glacial Lance, which I wouldn't mind if they go into Glacial Lance, which is why I'm Fire Terastallizing. Just make my life a bit more easier, but need this coaching boost. This coaching boost is going to be pretty big for my Groudon. Then we could just use Logan to just like, I don't know, maybe try to get off a sleep powder. We'll see. I could have just put Calyrex to sleep and played it like very, very, very simple, but I didn't want to just sleep spam. I don't think that's a good way to play. I just don't want that. So I'm going to coach up instead. They don't Terastallize, which is pretty good for us. If Groudon hits this Metagross, it might just be dead here, right? Unless you're sashed. But I doubt you're sashed. Yeah, you're just dead. So we do good damage into Calyrex. Say bye-bye to Metagross. Can you just go for Glacial Lance instead of Trick Room? I actually really like that. Yeah, that's fine. I have Focus Sash on Logan. Groudon's going to be able to soak no problem. And from here, I got a lot of speed. So if they don't have any first-turn priority Pokemon, I can just put somebody to sleep, or I can close combat. I got options here. Or I can coach again. I got a few options. Got a few different options here. What you got for me? Maybe Zamazenta? Incineroar. We don't like that. We simply do not like that. We could fake out for the KO. Options. My attack's back to normal. He could fake out for the KO, which wouldn't be too bad. I'm just going to go for Blades here. And if you fake out Groudon, we're either getting off the sleep powder or... Oh, wow, you were just not faking out. Alright, be my guest. You could just faked out KO the Logan. That's fine. Blade's gonna launch here. Who's dodging it? Calyrex dodges it. Okay, Incineroar, you soak this? Do. That Intimidate. And he's gonna party shot out of here. Okay, so we got off some great damage. We still got Sunlight here. I could end up just like hard swapping Groudon and saving him for later, which might just be my play, depending on who they go into. Calyrex has been asleep for 1 turn. I'm gonna guess that it's probably gonna be like a 2-turn sleep. I'm gonna hope it's a 3. Zamazenta though gonna pop out here. I could coaching boost him up here again. His defense is boosted. I could just coach him up here again. He could swap back into Incineroar. I'm just gonna spam coaching here. Just go for Blades. Might as well. A -1 on attack, +1 on defense. He ends up withdrawing Calyrex. Bring it back out Incineroar, which isn't that big of a deal. As long as I can just land his Blades and KO it. Could go for Wide-Guard, but I don't see that happening here. I see them wanting to pick up the KO. Wow, they could just go for Protect. They're just leaving me on the field. That's fine. Coaching boost. Send it again. You're just letting me control this match. They're not KOing my Logan for some reason. I don't understand it. But back up to even on attack board. Actually, -1 on attack board. This one gets blocked. Can we please KO the Incineroar? We do. Incineroar's gone. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Now, the problem here is they have Wide Guard. And I think they want to launch it. I'm just confused at like why they're playing this way, when they could have picked up maybe a KO earlier in the match, but I mean, I'm fine with this. He's going to be asleep here. I could see the Wide Guard pop. And honestly, I'm just going to go for a Heat Crash into this slot. And I'm just going to coach up here again. They might just cancel. They still have Terror type. Calyrex has only been asleep for 1 turn. And no, they do just cancel match. So an easy sweep for us. Again, I don't really know what our opponent was doing, but Hisuian, Lilligant, and Groudon picking up a win in match number 1. Second match for today's video. Let's keep it rolling here. Sweep in match number 1 with Groudon and Hisuian, Lilligant. Absolutely deleted Pokemon left and right. Was going nuclear. But let's use Gouging Fire here. I wanted to use it in the last match, but I mean, we just took it over. We just absolutely took that match over. But they got Shadow Rider Calyrex. They're also rocking out with Koraidon. So a lot of Sunlight to be played in this matchup. I get that nice Photosynthesis boost, which is good. So I'm thinking of just leading Groudon and Gouging Fire here, because I can always snarl that Calyrex. I can do a lot here, so I like both of these two as our lead. So that's going to be my lead. We'll bring in Lunala in the back end, and then I'm thinking of just Raging Bolt in here. Just a solid Pokemon. I mean, do I do that? I got the Draco Meteor. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. The Electric move's going to be okay into, like, the Koraidon, nothing crazy, but chances are I might just Fire Terra. But I have that Draco Meteor, and Photosynthesis with Thunderclap, it just does a lot of damage to a lot of different Pokemon, so I'm with it. But for their lead, they end up going double restricted, so Sunlight is out and about. Do I Snarl here? That's a real question. Do I go for a Snarl? Chances are you're clear Amulet on the Koraidon. I could just rip a Flare Blitz into Calyrex if I want to. I could rip a Flare Blitz. That is an option. You could be Sash, so I could just go like Snarl here into Blades. But yeah, if you have the Assault Vest, which is really good, I could maybe go Fire Terra. I am fast on the field. I'm gonna just Snarl and go for Blades here. I think we're just gonna keep it simple. Just gonna keep it simple. Get that special attack drop onto that Calyrex. I think it's very important for us. Very, very important. There we go. Special attack drop. Astral Barrage gonna fly here. I could have Flare Blitz and maybe pick up the KO that way, but I just think this was a safe call. Astral Barrage not doing too much. Breaking Swipe gonna launch here, and that's rough. That is rough. KO my Gouging Fire with the Breaking Swipe. Wasn't expecting Breaking Swipe onto that Koraidon, but attack drop on my Groudon. Can we still KO Calyrex? I do not think we can, but should be solid damage across the board here. We do. We get the crit. Okay, that made up for it. We get the crit, baby. Love it. Love it. So crit, get it on out my face. We lose Gouging Fire. They lose Calyrex. Okay. That's cool with me. 96 speed. I could maybe just like pop Trick Room here. My Shadow Shield. That might be the right call. You think they go for another breaking swipe? Maybe. Definitely maybe. Sunlight's out. I could protect, pop Trick Room, and kind of go from there. But you know what? I am going to end up doing that. Actually, I don't have protect on you. I'll just go for a rock slide here. I wish I had protect on you. He ends up withdrawing. That's not bad. That's not bad for us. I'm going to pop this Trick Room. I have my slower Pokemon right now. And they got Lando alongside with Amoonguss now. Oh, man. This could be rough. Can you soak this? Dude, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. The only non-beautiful part about this is we're popping Trick Room. And they got Amoonguss on the field. That's not good for us. That's not good for us. Okay. Man, I definitely still want to go for a Heat Crash here. I'll try to go for Meteor Beam. I'm not going to go Fire Terra. I'm going to save my Terra type. This match could be pretty close. This match could be pretty close. Their Terrasilize near. I got that low battery. Hold up. I got my Switch 2 plugged in at all times. They're going to Terrasilize Amoonguss. Smart call, just go in the straight water for defensive purposes. And they're going to put me to sleep. We already know this is happening. I'm going to sleep. Yep, there it is. So I get put to sleep. It's a tough call, man. I thought the Trick Room play was the play, and then they swapped to Amoonguss. He Crash Flies. Going to do about -4. Not bad. And then is he going to take off Shadow Shield? Yeah, most likely, because I'm dead to Rocky Helmet. Alright, I mean, I have what's it called, which is great news. I have Raging Bolt. It's not terrible news. Thing is, he's probably going to put that to sleep. And that is something we do not like. So, I'm going to go for Electric Terror here. Do I go for Electric Terror? I mean, I'll still be weak to ground moves either way, which really sucks. Definitely want to try to go for Meteor Beam. I could actually just protect this turn. And kind of read this one out. So if I had to guess, it's either a Spore or an Earth Power into this slot. Lunala slumped. There goes Spore. Are you doubling down on my Raging Bolt? Can you wake up, Lunala? Please and thank you. He's going for sub. Oh, dude, that's brutal. You need to wake up here. You need to wake up here. I do wake up. Okay, beautiful. Another issue, though. They're going to Spore me again. But now they're going to have to pick and choose who they want to Spore. They're going to have to pick and choose. Alright. We send this. Get rid of sub. I'm boosted on special attack now, which is really good for me. He's gonna have to pick and choose who he wants to Spore here. Do I go Electric Terra? Or do I save this? Yeah, I feel like we have to make sure that this Amoonguss potentially dies out here, so I'm gonna actually Electric Terra. I don't really need the Fairy Terra. I'm not gonna really need that. I mean, you have Koraidon in the back end. I feel like he's going to Spore one of my Pokemon, and then the other one is just going to die, right? So, either Lando or Amoonguss is dying here, and he's Sporing somebody. So he goes for Spore here, and oh, I got that safety. I totally forgot I had safety goggles on this puppy. This might have just won me the game. The safety goggles. The goggles, man. The goggles. I totally forgot we had safety goggles on this thing. Oh my lord, that just saved us. That's what happens when I use a different team every day. I always forget what items are on which Pokemon for the day. But he's going to rip an Earth Power here. I'm surprised you're outspeeding me. But now this has a chance to turn into a 1v1, right? But still, I need to use that Electric Terror just to make sure that Amoonguss goes down. But yo, those safety goggles. Those googly eyes. Come on, man. Moongeist Beam launch. And the should KO on +1. Get it on out of here. Now we have a 1v1. 1v1. And honestly, man. How many turns left in Sunlight? It's fading, and then you should bring it back out. So 5 turns left in Sunlight. 1 turn left in Trick Room? Is that a correct statement to make? Oh, man. Man, oh, man. I don't have a Fairy move, do I? I do not. How many turns left in Trick Room? 1. They're probably protecting here, but we're going to hope not. He's not. Guess you don't have Protect. Does Moongeist Beam win us the game, or are we dying at the Flare Blitz here? Come on, man. Safety goggles for the win. Thank you, Raging Bolt. Thank you, Team Creator, for putting safety goggles on this puppy. Let's go. We're sitting 2-0. So far, we're riding the hot hand. We're sitting 2-0, going up against a Palkia squad. Now, Palkia, you don't get to see too much, but every time I verse it, it's mainly in Trick Room, which kind of makes sense here. I mean, they got Ursaluna, they got Grimmsnarl. Rocking out with Miraidon. I'm ready to roll with this squad. I could go Groudon here again. Groudon's a decent lead, considering they have no weather control. They do have Incineroar. We're always scared of Incineroar, but I'm fine with Groudon for a lead. So I'm going to go Groudon here, most likely with Gouging Fire. I like that a lot. From here, Lunala, and then just Raging Bolt. Keeping it simple, baby. We're keeping it simple with the squad. Same squad as last time. Let's see if we can grab ourselves that 3-0 perfect record. So far, so good in today's video. We have a sweep. We have a great matchup in match number 2 with Raging Bolt actually clutching up with those safety googly eyes. Love those puppies. I totally forgot I had the maze sport, and then the animation was like delayed. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, the goggles. And I was like, let's go. The goggles. I totally forgot we had them. Very clutch, though. Very clutch. And I'm surprised they didn't have Protect, or they just didn't Protect with Koraidon on that last turn, just to waste out Trick Room. I mean, most Koraidons have Protect, but maybe not that one. Maybe that one was AV'd. I don't know. It did have Breaking Swipe, so it was kind of a different build. You never know. But double Restricteds come out for them. I'm fine with this. I just think a Snarl is probably our best bet. And they'll probably just go Terra here, correct? Maybe pop Trick Room. They might even Volt Switch Pivot, but I don't know. They could maybe just go like Draco Meteor, but my Gouging Fire should be fastest on the field, which is pretty solid news. And did he just pop Electric Seeds? I think he did. I think he just popped Electric Seeds. Yeah, so he's +1 on defense. It's not too bad here. I mean, might as well rip the Blades. We do have Fire Terror type, but I'm not going to send it. And might as well just go for the Snarl. 2 special attackers. Let's rip it. Let's lower the special attack stat. I could see the Miraidon just swapping, or maybe even terrestrializing, but the Snarl is going to work wonders here. You guys seen it work in the last match, too. Up against that Calyrex, that Astral Barrage did poo-poo damage. It did 0 damage to us. I mean, it did a little bit, but not as much as Astral Barrage normally does, right? Normally, Astral Barrage is just, like, at least taking half of both your Pokemon's HP. But I am throwing out a Snarl, doing about -6 damage on each side, but the special attack drop is why we used it. So we get that, he Volt Switch pivots. Still doing, oh my lord, still doing, are you Choice? You gotta be Choice. That's some damage there. It's some big boy damage. I think Ursaluna might poke out here. Which could be rough, because he's probably popping Trick Room, right? Yep. So the Bear comes out here. And Blades launch, and Blades does okay damage across the board. There's the Trick Room. Okay, Guts gets triggered. Now what? He has Telepathy, so EQ's gonna fly. EQ's definitely flying here, and I'm thinking of just terrestrializing Gouging Fire. I wish I had Protect on you. Guess we'll just go for Blades here. I'm gonna terrestrialize and just go for this Flare Blitz. I'm gonna Grass Terror. Because, I mean, chances are it's EQ and then double down in the Groudon, right? If I had to guess. Telepathy, Palkia. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I'm going Grass Terror type just so we can soak this EQ. Yep, there's the EQ. Groudon, how much damage is this doing to you? Not enough. Palkia's gonna go next here. You going for, what are you going for here? Oh, we actually outspeed. That's huge news. That's big time news. Blade's gonna chip up some nice damage. Spatial Ren's gonna fly. Yep, you double down the Groudon. Great Terra on our end. We're gonna be able to get rid of this Ursaluna. Take that all day. Ursaluna is just such a huge threat. Get it on out of here. Big time Terra from us. Big time plays from us. We assess that situation. We're like, alright, Ursaluna comes out here. It's EQ. Yeah, okay. Good reads on us. Good plays on us. So I get rid of the Bear. They got Palkia, who's -1 still on special attack, and he'll potentially just go into Lunala here, which I think is going to be the better play, because if I go into Rage Bolt, Spatial Ren has that chance of critting and just deleting me. Would be tough, but Miraidon's going to poke back out here. Not bad. I mean, Lunala here as well. At this point, how many turns left in Trick Room? I could cancel out the Trick Room, but then he really thrives out, which I don't like. So I'm just going to actually Meteor Beam you down and just go for a Burning Bulwark here. I'm gonna boost my special attack. I'm gonna boost that special attack. Terra type gonna launch here, most likely from Miraidon. You going straight electric? That's the real question. Yep. Straight electric. Making me think he's choice specs all the way here, right? I'm just gonna pop this burning bulwark. Big time protect. Put my shield up. And he's going for a spatial rend this side. Are you doubling down into my Lunala? I'd be very upset. I would be very upset if you're doubling down to the Lunala here. I'm able to throw a Meteor Beam. I could have just KO'd Palkia, but again, I'm not too worried about Palkia, at least being -1. And I'm really hoping that Miraidon's attacking my Gouging Fire, but I don't think it is. The Meteor Beam does great damage here. He's going for, okay, a Parabolic Charge. That's not bad. That's not bad. Parabolic Charge flies. How much damage is this doing to Lunala? Please, how much damage is this doing? Oh. I don't like that one bit. Moongeist Beam, I think, should be able to KO. But the problem here is Palkia just going for a Spatial Rend. It is a problem. I could maybe just like wide guard this Parabolic Charge. And then get rid of the Palkia. And maybe goes that threat with you. How many turns left in this Trick Room? 2? So if I go wide guard here, I get rid of Parabolic, but he seems choice, right? I don't wide guard this shot. I'm gonna go for Flare Blitz. Yeah, I knew this was happening. But if I had to guess, I think he's choice. I think he's choice, so he's gonna go into Parabolic Charge. Wide guard should block it. That's my hopes there. Yep. Wide guard blocks it. That's great news for us. And Flare Blitz. How much damage are you doing here? You might be KOing yourself with recoil, but let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. At least I'm on 12 HP. Not bad. I get to bring out you. He's choice spec, so I could just go for Thunderclap here all day. He's choicing the Parabolic Charge. I mean, our best bet is probably just go for Thunderclap into Palkia, maybe. Or just a T-Bolt into Palkia. And then just Burning Bulwark you. I mean, what's your speed? Because Groudon was actually going before the Palkia, correct? Or actually Lunala was, right? I don't know. Somebody was going before the Palkia. Might just rip a T-Bolt in this slot. I could Thunderclap you, but your choice. I know your choice. And do I think you're going to swap? Maybe. I'm just going to go T-Bolt here. I'm just going to put up the Burning Bulwark. Yep, good call on mine. Great call on mine. He ends up swapping. We're not going for Thunderclap in that slot. He could just go for Spatial Rend into my Palkia. That is a possibility. But we're not Palkia into my Raging Bolt. But he ends up just protecting. Okay, smart call. So Trick Room's gone. Trick Room is gone, but the problem is that 1 HP Miraidon. It's probably got his Dragon move ready to go. Dragon Meteor's gonna rip me, but again, I can always Thunderclap it. I can always clap the thunders. He's probably gonna fake out to KO my Gouging Fire, which is tough news here. And at this point, we're gonna do that. You know, I'm gonna double down with Burning Bulwark, see if I can land it again. Gonna give it a go. Might as well give it a go, because I'm fairly certain he's just gonna go for fake out KO with the Gouging Fire. Did fake out the Raging Bolt, but I just don't see why you would do that. I'm going for T-Bolt just in case he wants to swap Palkia. Let's see what he's got. Just gotta stop all this first turn priority out here. It's really my play. So I'm gonna go for the double Burning Bulwark. I just think it's gotta be the call here. I end up landing it, which is beautiful. Show me going for fake out in that slot. Show it to me. Come on, man. Big time blocks. Get that fake out on out of here. He's gonna go for Spatial Rend. Please don't crit me. Just please don't crit me. I don't know if that was crit or not. That did a lot of damage. Thunderbolt's gonna launch. I'm gonna pick up the KO onto you. Pretty good, pretty good. Like I've been saying, I believe that this Miraidon is choiced. So I'm thinking we could just Thunderclap it, because he's gonna be forced to use an attack and move. And then I could just Breaking Swipe and start lowering this attack stat of Incineroar. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm just hoping a knockoff can't KO us. A -1 knockoff, because that's probably what he wants to do here. Just go for a knockoff. There goes my Thunderclap. Bye-bye to you. Get it on out of here. That was a clutch double Burning Bulwark. It really was. This match is going to be really, really close. A bit too close for comfort here. Gouging Fire should go next. Get that Breaking Swipe going. Send it. Not bad. Attack drops, and you have Rocky Helmet. No! No, I wanted you for another turn. I wanted you for another turn. I needed you for another turn. And what are you going for here? Knockoff? -1. How much damage is on? We're able to soak. Okay, what's doing more damage here? T-Bolt in terrain or Draco Meteor? They're both stab. This is getting that boost though from that terrain. This is getting that boost though from terrain. I honestly think Thunderbolt might do more damage in the terrain. I mean, you got that stab. That's 1.5 times multiplier, so you get a nice little 65 damage boost here. So 195. This is going to get that multiplier at 45. They do very similar damage. I'm going to go with T-Bolt. I'm going to go with T-Bolt. Plus, I can get a paralyzed chance, which I think we're going to need here. The T-Bolt launches. It's not doing enough, and I don't get the paralyze. I'm not sure if Draco Meteor would have KO'd. Somebody let me know in the comment section down below. Was Draco Meteor to call? I'm not too sure. But GG's to our opponent. What a great third and final match. We go 2-1 for today's video. What a team we used in today's video. Gouging Fire with Groudon, Lunala, Loganth, Grimmsnarl, and Raging Bolt. Everything worked out perfectly. Such an elite team. You guys should definitely rent it if you want to go high tier and master tier. Another code is at top right hand corner. The only Pokemon that we didn't use today, surprisingly enough, was Screen's Grimmsnarl. This is a Pokemon that I absolutely love, and it's absolutely broken right now in the meta, but in all three matches, we just didn't need it. I just liked our team with Groudon and Gouging Fire, and then bringing Lunala, and then either Loganth or Raging Bolt. And it worked out perfectly. 2-1 winning record, almost a 3-0 perfect record. But guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy the content, don't forget to smash that like button for me. And if you're new here, click that bigger subscribe button so you know when all of my videos go live. Seriously, you guys rock out. Make sure you spread some positivity today, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.